Hello, my name is Tamashii, and all I gotta say is Tamadis. It seems like everyone is ready to rumble. Sorry, I'm not. Whoa, I said I'm sorry, and the guy in the background said I'm sorry. Guys, I'm not happy at all. I'm not feeling good. I am actually losing hope in the world, but I must continue to keep talking about what is going on in terms of Palestine and also the global summit Flotillas. So I'm just gonna get right to it because I am very exhausted. There's a lot we have to go through. Basically, what we're gonna do today is go through kind of chronological order of how and what happened to each boat, starting from basically this morning slash last night slash this morning. Okay. So I've been trying to keep track of the boats for ever since they started like live streaming it, basically these past 2 days. Yeah, spent the whole day just after I woke up today. I spent the whole day just looking at the boats as well. So I managed to record a bunch of stuff and was sharing stuff on Twitter as it happened as well, at least when I had time during work. And it kind of really demotivated me doing all of that and witnessing all of the stuff that I witnessed. But today we're gonna talk about that again in chronological order and have you guys be witnesses to Israel's international crimes. So let's get started. Let me read chat first. Third, thank you for the third, is Baba Bix. Ford, thank you for the Ford. Snailer Moon, hell yeah, heck yes. Yes, of course, gracias. Hi, Daddy Tama, I feel garbage too, but still, let's go. Let's get started. Again, there's a lot we have to go over, but let's go from here. So I don't know if I mentioned this last TamaTalks, but let me mention it now that Spain, Turkey, and Italy sent ships to assist the flotillas, all boats with 500 plus people, 50 boats to assist the boats and the people on the flotillas. They were big boats, naval boats that were really big and really gave us hope in thinking that they would assist all of these flotillas just in case Israel tried to do anything terrible, like, I don't know, steal the boats, kidnap people, maybe hurt them, and of course destroy humanitarian aid that people in Palestine need. But let's see this breaking news, September 30th, right? They wrote this on September 30th. I found this about this yesterday, and it says here 3 a.m. October 1st, so I'm lying. I found about it this morning. When I woke up, I read this and I was deeply disappointed. Let's read this first right here from Dropside. Breaking. The Global Summit Flotilla says the Italian naval frigate, sorry, I can't read, shadowing their ships will soon issue a radio call urging participants to abandon the mission and return to shore before reaching Gaza's critical zone where Israeli interception is most likely. Instead of escorting the flotilla to safety, the frigate plans to withdraw and pressure volunteers to turn back. Organizers call this a sabotage, cowardice dressed up as diplomacy, accusing Rome of enabling Israel instead of breaking its illegal blockade. We are here because it is far more dangerous to remain silent in the face of genocide, starvation, and collective punishment. The flotilla vows to sail onward. Israel's blockade is illegal. Its siege is criminal. So I'm probably gonna read this all over again, but I have to just so it can be on the record. And so you guys can see that I'm actually reading like stuff that has been documented for immediate release statement on Italian naval frigate attempting to undermine the global summit Flotilla, September 30th, 2025. The Italian Ministry of Foreign Affairs has informed us that the naval frigate shadowing our flotilla will soon issue a radio comm, offering participants the opportunity, quote unquote, to abandon ship and return to shore before reaching the so-called critical zone. Let us be absolutely clear. This is not protection. It is sabotage. Oh my God. Just like when I pressed that. It is sabotage. It is an attempt to demoralize and fracture a peaceful humanitarian mission that governments have failed to take on themselves, even though it is their silence and complicity that led to this point. This is cowardice dressed up as diplomacy. If Italy truly sought to protect lives, it would not be acting as Israel's enabler, nor would it pressure civilians to retreat. It would use its naval fleet to ensure the safe passage of peaceful volunteers to Gaza, to enforce international law, and to deliver life-saving supplies. Anything less is complicity. And I don't know why I'm shorter here. I just noticed how short I am. But it's okay, ignore. The mic will just attack my eyeballs. Every single participant on board came with full knowledge of the risks. We are not here under any false illusion. We are here because it is far more dangerous to remain silent in the face of genocide, starvation, and collective punishment than it is to sell carrying humanitarian aid. The Italian government knows this, and yet instead of using its considerable naval power to break an illegal siege, it is choosing to escort us only to the point of danger and then try to peel us away, delivering us back to shore empty-handed, as Israel continues to slaughter and starve the Palestinian people with complete impunity. We say again, the flotilla sails onward. The Italian Navy will not derail this mission. The humanitarian demand to break the blockade cannot be walked back to port, and our moral responsibility cannot be abandoned overboard every new nautical mile we sail. Every threat we face only underscores what governments have failed to do and what ordinary citizens are now compelled to do. Israel's blockade is illegal, its siege is criminal, and the world's silence is intolerable. If the Italian government wants to be remembered for courage, it must sail with us. And here's the media and contact updates. The thing is, chat, we were hoping that the Italian naval force would actually stay with us, okay? Especially Spain as well. Turkey said it wouldn't go all the way, that they would just stop at a certain point, and I think Turkey was just like drones. But we only had two boats. It was the Spain one and the Italian one. The Spain one said, yeah, sorry, babe. We're gonna stop at a certain point. And then the Italian Navy had the audacity to be like, turn back, leave your stuff with the Israeli military. And that was basically sabotage. It was a betrayal. Therefore, it meant that there will be absolute no protection for all of these flotillas as they head to Gaza to a certain point. It's a shameful thing in history that we will all have to witness and remember, how the world continues to abandon us. Okay? Hello, Nick. How are ya? Sorry if I don't read chat. I'm gonna focus on just reporting and basically retelling the stuff that I saw today and the news concerning the flotillas. So it was a big disappointment. It really was. Because it really brought us hope. We're like, oh my god, yes, we have like 2 big ass boats and a drone. Like, let's fucking go. No, they literally abandoned everyone. And so it sucks. It really does, because like the whole world could go help its citizens. But every single person, 500 people from various countries, by the way, various countries, were abandoned by their governments. They didn't care. They didn't care. I was so hopeful when they said they would leave the flotillas back. They would have the flotillas back. Me too. It's really frustrating to see things turn out like this. Yeah. But next we're gonna watch a news report. World outrage at Israeli raid. So I want you guys to look at this. By the way, this is very important. Okay, let me turn off the música for a bit. I want you guys to look at a piece of history. Okay, this is from 2010. Don't worry about me. I'm just ghosting here. Thank you, Nick. Thank you for lurking. No worries, no worries. But let me just tell you the context of this. This is from 2010. This is from the first, I don't know if it's the first ever attempted flotilla mission, but it was basically the original, one of the most prominent flotilla attempts in history, which was in 2010. A group of people, mostly from Turkey, activists, civilians, tried to sail to Gaza in the same way to deliver humanitarian aid to Gaza, basically. In 2010, chat. In 2010. And I want you guys just to watch this news report on it. Give me your opinions. And then we'll go back to present day and reflect between this event in 2010 and what happened these past 24 hours. Okay. Tell me if you can hear this or not. I'm gonna press play now.
By radio before dawn, almost 80 miles offshore, Israel warned the convoy it wouldn't be allowed to sail to Gaza.
You are approaching an area of hostilities, which is under a naval blockade.
And Israel says 5 ships in the so-called Freedom Flotilla were boarded without incident. The battle came on the 6th, the Turkish-flagged Mavi Marmara. Descending from a helicopter into chaos on the deck, Navy commandos opened fire unprovoked, according to pro-Palestinian activists on board. Israel denies that. A TV reporter was among the 600 passengers.
They are raising a white flag to the Israeli army. This is after one person has been killed.
Israeli military video did show a different picture. Commandos beaten as they boarded the ship, and one thrown overboard. Not expecting such resistance, Israel says some troops had weapons that fired only paintballs to subdue a crowd, and met attackers armed with knives and guns.
They deliberately attacked the first soldiers who came on the ship. They were mobbed. They were clubbed. They were beaten, stabbed. There was even a report of gunfire. And our soldiers had to defend themselves, defend their lives, or they would have been killed.
Israel airlifted casualties to hospitals on shore. 7 commandos were among the 30 people wounded. And Israel defended itself by insisting the convoy's humanitarian aid mission was a fiction.
The organizers' intent was violent, their method was violent, and the results were unfortunately violent.
Now so's the reaction. There was fury in Gaza. On the West Bank, the Palestinian president said Israel had committed a massacre. The fallouts caused Prime Minister Netanyahu to cancel plans to meet President Obama in Washington tomorrow. And the White House said that's understandable. But Israel's facing a new tide of anger from many of its friends, including Turkey, which branded the botched raid state terrorism. Richard Roth, CBS News, London.
Okay, so that was from CBS. I might get copyright stricken. I don't know how to speak right now. Probably because it's from CBS. I feel like CBS are greedy bastards, so they might copyright strike me. I might have to remove that segment from the VOD on YouTube. But if they don't, then God bless. Okay, so this is from 2010. Guys, remember, this is from fucking 2010. Okay, for the first time, a boat, a flotilla, went to Gaza. Okay, went to Gaza to try to deliver humanitarian aid. So what did they say that happened? Supposedly, okay, supposedly the activists were violent. They were most likely a part of Hamas, okay? And, well, it resulted in them attacking the poor Israeli soldiers for no good reason. So is that BS, yes or no? From what you guys heard from me so far, what I've been able to show you so far, from what you've seen so far, what Israel says someone else does to them, it usually means what? It's basically what? It's... Why would they board their boat to begin with, though? When Israel claims that someone did something bad to them, it's usually them confessing to their sins and trying to blame it on someone else, okay? That's been proven multiple times. They go and say that Hamas kills women and children, that Hamas rapes people, that Hamas does this, Hamas does that. And in reality, we see more evidence of the Israel military doing that, the IOF doing that. Okay? So why would they board their boats to begin with, though? Well, because they did the crime of delivering aid to Gaza. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all for a non-violent reason. The thing is, from what the people on the boat say, is that Israel, out of fucking nowhere, goes on those boats and starts shooting up people, which ended up killing some people, some activists on the boat. Well, no fucking duh, I'm gonna beat the ass of whoever killed my crewmate that was trying to deliver aid, humanitarian aid in Gaza. No duh. Am I right or am I right? But even in 2010, they try to paint this slight negative picture of anyone who tries to help people in Gaza. Okay? This is from 2010. Now, I want you to look at this scene right here. This scene right here where bro's like being a nerd. He's like, damn, you cannot deliver humanitarian aid on these waters because Hamas, blockade Hamas. That's what that guy's basically saying. Look at the angle, look at how he's doing stuff. Bro, call me fucking crazy. Hello, Riku. Call me fucking crazy, okay? But I feel that Israel is a sadistic freak that tried to reenact this specific frame. Okay, I don't think anyone has made this connection yet. I mean, obviously, some people know about the 2010 Flotilla massacre, basically, where they just jumped on there and killed a bunch of activists on these boats from Turkey. But look at this specific scene. Now let's jump back on today. Let's look at this news report right here. This is from Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera's cool. They won't copyright strike me. Let's react to this.
This is the moment Israeli naval forces issued a warning to activists on board one of the flotilla boats. You'll see the response of one of those activists, Tiago Avida.
This is the Israeli Navy. You are approaching a blockaded zone. If you wish to deliver aid to Gaza, you may do so through the established channels. Please change your course toward the port of Ashdod, where the aid will undergo a security inspection and then be transferred into the Gaza Strip.
we advise you that we are a humanitarian, non-violent solidarity mission to break the illegal siege imposed by Israel 18 years ago against the Palestinian people in Gaza and to create a humanitarian corridor. We carry only food, aid, we carry water filters, we carry crutches, we carry baby formula for the people that you've been starving to death. I repeat, you've been committing genocide for 8 decades and ethnic cleansing against the Palestinian people, and that is absolutely against international law. Once again, we are in international waters, which is not your jurisdiction. We are heading to Palestinian territorial waters, which is not your jurisdiction, despite the fact that you think you can occupy that land, but all of this is completely illegal. The highest judicial authority in the world, the International Court of Justice, in their provisional rulings on the case opened by South Africa against you for the crime of genocide, clearly stated that you are prohibited to hinder any humanitarian mission to get to Gaza. Once again, in a planet of 8 billion people, people despise you starving children to death, bombing hospitals, schools, and shelters. We are here with the conscience of the world, moving peacefully in a non-violent humanitarian mission to take this aid.
I agree with him. No, and that's the thing. Baby powder, water filters, food, goddammit. But call me crazy. Add me to the crazy pile. Thank you, Nival. We're all crazy. Look, listen though. What the fuck is the odds of this fucking frame? And then this frame. White dude with glasses 10 years ago where... Well, not 10 years ago. 2010. What year are we? 15 years ago, chat. 15 years the last time people tried to give aid to Gaza. This fucking frame, and then we see this fucking frame. Call me crazy, but that's on purpose, okay? That's on fucking purpose. They know what they're fucking doing. I don't think anyone has made this connection yet. But I decided, like before starting stream, a couple hours ago, I decided to look at the 2010 Flotilla mission, okay? The first Flotilla mission. I think it's the first one. In 2010. And then I saw that frame. I'm like, didn't that fucking colonizer white chick do the same thing? Why are they not showing their face and doing the fucking phone pose thing? They're making a reference from 2010. The last time they stopped someone from delivering aid to Gaza. And it's just that 15 years ago, they actually killed people. Okay, because back then no one knew about what was going on in Palestine. Now we know. Now we fucking know. Next. So, okay, Thiago ended up being captured, okay? After that, he ended up being captured. That's just what happened. They captured him. We don't know where they are right now. They're probably in prison. In some Israeli prison right now. But so this is what some of the boats started doing after they were about to be captured by the Israeli military, okay? They start throwing aid into the sea. I should probably read that for the lurkers, okay? What exactly is this? This is humanitarian aid. We're gonna throw it overboard in case we are greeted by soldiers' occupation. We hope that Allah will arrive. This aid is presented by, ushered by children. Items. This is like a very bad translation. But basically, he's just like, we hope that the aid ends up reaching the people ashore in the Gaza shores, and he's throwing the the aid. Into the sea. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, this is actually a criticism from people who are pro-Israel. They go, they're dumping plastic and trash straight into the oceans. What the fuck? Eyeball emoji. This is Greta Thunberg's Flotilla. Proof she's always been a complete scam with her climate change. With her climate change circus. Which is why she switched to being a terrorist activist. This is what fucking dumbass Nicole says, right? Now here's the thing. People are gonna criticize Greta for that. They're criticizing her for even being on a boat because boat uses a bunch of fuel and yada yada. And how dare she? How dare she do anything that requires transportation to, I don't know, provide humanitarian aid to starving children? Like, how dare she? She must be a scam. Because, like, you know, they're trying to help people, right? Isn't that just littering? So, let me give you two comparisons. If you have the possibility, 1% chance, 0.099999999% chance that these fucking little plastic bottles with baby formula ends up reaching the shores of Gaza to feed at least one baby at the risk of littering, which one's better? Okay? Are you willing to take that risk? Throwing that in there or not? Because you know what? The Israel military is going to sink the boats anyway, or they're going to seize the aid and not deliver it to Gaza, because they're not letting any aid into Gaza. Okay, the most is like what were the numbers last time that we said? There needs to be around 500 to 600 trucks of aid going into Gaza to feed the entire population there, and they only let like 70 trucks in there. So I think like either way, it's better for them to at least try to get something to Gaza. Okay? And that type of like mentality is exactly what dumbass Nicole is saying. It's like, okay, Greta Thunberg is a scam because they're littering. It's like, okay, bruh, littering is not the important part here, okay? If you're really scared about littering and climate change, if you're being serious about this, why aren't you complaining about Israel that has basically flattened almost an entire country, right? Killing over 100,000 civilians. Some Palestinian animals going extinct in the area. Let's be for real here. Now, Greta is not a scam because she eventually realized that to truly fight against climate change, you have to fight against systemic racism, because the people who are colonizing the countries are the ones polluting and contributing to pollution on Earth. She said this before. She made that connection. And so she said, of course I'm gonna go to Palestine and defend these people. And she hasn't only done it with Palestine, she's done it with other countries, with other social issues as well. But especially with Palestine. Climate change is connected with systemic racism, with colonization, okay? Look at all the third world countries that were fucked up by Western countries, guys. Think about it. Look how polluted those places are. And it's because of colonization. Greta knows what she's fucking doing. And dumbass Nicole is just a dumbass Nicole who wants to see Palestinian people dead. Okay, that's all it is. And this is what Ashok Kumar says. It clearly says baby milk on it. It's formula they are hoping will wash up on the shores of Gaza because Israel is deliberately starving babies to death. You got that, dumbass Nicole? Like, be for real here. Right now, there's a bunch of other fucking AI, okay? I know y'all use fucking... If you've ever used Chat GPT ever in your life, you've contributed more to pollution than this guy throwing fucking bottles of plastic in the fucking goddamn ocean, okay? And I will stand up here and say that I have never used Chat GPT and I'm proud of it, okay? It's just the hypocrisy. You have to think about the bigger picture here. Boom. And here, look at this. People are gonna claim that they're not, that Israel is somehow not starving children, that they don't need this humanitarian aid, that they don't need these water filters for clean water. But fucking hell, like in Gaza, even water has become a daily struggle under genocide. Children after a water truck, desperate to secure enough for their family to survive. This is the reality forced on children living under siege. So this is a child trying to copyright, I'm sorry. Trying to get water onto these buckets for her family. This kid is drinking from it. Poor kid, she's doing her best to fill the buckets with water as the truck slowly moves around with it. You might ask, oh, well, why is the kid doing this? Well, her parents are probably dead. And she's probably the eldest one having to take care of her siblings, okay? That's how bad it is over there. Kids have to fend for their fucking selves. So, if there's a 0.99999 whatever chance of some sort of aid getting to the shores, well, I think I'd rather do that risk. All boats, so let me read chat. Let me turn on the music, I think, next. Oh yeah, I have to read that as well, but let me read chat quickly because I'm not reading it. Boop. What gives them the right to put them in prison? Being Israel and claiming that everything's Hamas, basically. All boats dump useless cargo. If a 150 kilogram machine breaks, that's just they just throw it overboard. No one cares about that, but hoping baby food gets to babies in need, then it's a problem. Question mark. Yeah, any reason to look away from the true issue at hand? People are so desperate to hate that they call Greta fake. No, yeah, I actually looked at a Japanese video on YouTube, and YouTube is filled with fucking right-wingers, okay? It's a treasure trove for right-wing content. That's why if you try to... That's where all the racist podcasters are on YouTube. Especially the racist top VTubers out there, fucking hell. All those news VTubers. Hashtag pink eye and shit. Lowly guy. All of those guys that are obviously fucking right-wingers. It's just a treasure trove for right-wing content. For hatred, basically. And so obviously, if you look at a YouTube video of a news report or of a video that is always in the middle, like never, like just centered, never taking a side and shit, or just pure like Fox News shit, you will see people fucking complaining about Greta. And I was just like very surprised that a bunch of Japanese people were basically saying the same thing that dumbass, what's her name, Nicole, fucking dumbass Nicole was saying. That's what they were saying. They were like, yeah, oh my god, she's a hypocrite. She's going on these boats and they have a bunch of fucking, if the boats pollute stuff, she's a fake, blah 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 blah. Littering will always be a thing, but it's at least of our problems right now. Feeding babies is more important. Yes. I agree that its important part is to get to the people, but the ocean doesn't listen to us, so the package only gets there if it gets pushed there. So yeah, and there has been instances where people have received aid from like, I mean, it's minuscule, of course, but to whoever is paying attention, right? To whoever actually goes and sees what the Palestinian people go through. Some people get hope from, I saw this person get a bottle near the shore from Turkey, I believe, that had rice in it. And it was like not even full to the brim. It was just like, just rice. With as much rice that could, I guess they could put in there. And that in itself brought so much hope to the people. I know it was like a once in a lifetime thing. We're not saying that if you throw shit in the sea, it's gonna reach the Gaza shore. That's not the point. But whether it's either you throw it at the sea or you give it to a murderous occupation. I would rather give it to the sea than a murderer. That's all it is. And that's why that man did that. We have to take that risk. Yes. That's so depressing to see. I mean, yeah. Imagine me who sees that every day. And imagine me, okay, I'm just gonna mention what the video mentioned, what Thiago mentioned, that, you know, he mentioned that that Israel is starving people, that they are carrying water filter aid because it's hard enough to get, like, you know, filtered water, and that they're killing people, and that they're in need of medical aid as well. This happened not too long ago, September 27th. I unfortunately got to see this event. It was quite horrific, but I will describe what happened. But horrific. Doctors Without Borders is suspending medical work in Gaza City due to Israel's violence, including airstrikes and tanks less than 1 kilometer from their facilities. Come same day, Netanyahu used his UN speech to scold dozens of nations for accusing him of committing war crimes. Like, how fucking dare you? How fucking dare you? Shut the fuck. Netanyahu is a dumbass. Literally, I'm not gonna read all of this, but Doctors Without Borders is literally meant to provide aid for those in need without any borders. I think this is like one of the first instances where Doctors Without Borders had to leave. Okay, because they weren't being protected by international law anymore. Okay, I don't think this has ever been heard of from Doctors Without Borders. Okay, they're purposely killing doctors, and it's just not safe for doctors to treat people over there. Even Doctors Without Borders are calling for an immediate halt to the violence and concrete measures at the necessary scale to protect civilians. Israeli authorities must immediately guarantee unhindered access and security for humanitarian organizations operating in Gaza City and acceptable conditions for the safe and sustained delivery of medical care and humanitarian aid. Conditions that are clearly not in place today. So even Doctors Without Borders is like, they're not protecting not only the civilians, not only the doctors. So this is what happened. Okay. This happened about 3 days ago. Breaking news. Israel executed a Palestinian doctor, shooting him in the head while working inside a Gaza hospital. Read that again. They executed a doctor with a bullet to the fucking head. This is deliberate. Israel is murdering doctors to stop them from saving lives. Genocide. Now here's the thing. Just like Thiago says, everyone hates you because you're killing innocent civilians, you're killing doctors and nurses, you're killing children, you're starving children, you're not allowing any aid to go in. People hate it when you hurt others. This is what happened to this Palestinian doctor. He was in the fucking hospital, okay? This is how the video, I can't show you the video. 1, because it's graphic. 2, because it's gore. And then 3, because it goes against TOS. But I will describe what happened. There's this doctor, okay? He's walking through the halls inside the hospital, okay, doing his job. And the moment he crosses a hall with like another hall connected to it that apparently had a window at the end of it, a fucking drone sniped him in the head. It happened it was so fast. He was just walking and bam, he fell immediately on the floor. They shot him in the head and killed him. The head fucking doctor. And heck, not only do they need medical aid, but they need doctors. And if they're executing doctors in cold blood by sniping them, waiting for them, camping outside a fucking window from a hospital, and then sniping them in the head to kill them so they won't save any people. No wonder why a bunch of people are desperate and are sailing on these flotillas. Now let's just get started. Oh, well, not yet, apparently. I want to show you more. Let me just exit these things out after I've talked about them. Let's, one of the last things, to portray the violence that Israel commits every day, both in Palestine and occupied West Bank. I mean, they're both occupied. But West Bank is basically where both Israeli people and Palestinian people still live together. But it's basically like Palestinian people are second-class citizens and they're treated like trash and often killed. I'm not sure if this is in West Bank or in Palestine, but this is an 88-year-old Palestinian grandmother who was punched in the face by Israeli soldiers. And I'm gonna have to read what she's saying because obviously she's speaking in her native language. And for the lurkers in chat who can't watch the stream, I'll just read what she says. For now, let me read the what's it called? The summary here. 88-year-old Palestinian grandmother was punched in the face by an Israeli soldier after she refused to leave her home. She was crying from humiliation. We've been building this house for 60 years. We save up all our money until we have this house built. So let's see if we can watch this. Okay. Let's see how loud this is. Oh, this is pretty. I mean, either way, I'm gonna have to read it out loud, so. I told him I'm not leaving here. Even if you cut me into pieces, I'm not leaving here. Where is here? From the house I was in. From Palestine? Yes, from Palestine. Okay, well, I got my question answered. She's from Palestine. You forced us out of our country, took our land and our homeland. You expelled us, and we went and worked here and there until we managed to save up for a house. What business do you have here with us? I swear, son, he lunged at me with his fist and hit me like that. Why are you crying, Haja? I'm crying from humiliation. We've been building this house for 60 years. We saved up all of our money until we had this house built. Then they came and wiped it out. They've been bombing us there with missiles for the past 2 fucking days. She didn't say fucking, but I did. This is colonizing. And fucking destroying her home with missiles is pollution. Okay, people don't think about that. But when you send missiles and destroy houses and a whole fucking society, that's also that's some sort of pollution. That's way worse than anything that we can ever imagine. So then I just showed you some snippets of different variety types of international crimes, war crimes, that the war criminals from Israel love and enjoy doing, okay? Now let's get into the chronological order, somewhat chronological order of what has been happening to the Flotillas, okay? So we saw Thiago not too long ago. Confiscated through legal proceedings in court. This is him responding to that white chick who wasn't showing her face. Fucking weird ass way to do that. Israel posted that themselves, by the way. And I don't think people realize it, but I truly honestly think it's because they were trying to do a throwback to 2010. Okay, they just used a white lady this time. But yeah, we already watched that, right? Thiago responding to that. So after that, we're gonna be looking at Ryan Rosbiani, or Rosbiani. He basically did a good job of just updating very quickly in chronological order. So I'm gonna try to scroll all the way down in the next few tabs. And then we're gonna just scroll up and witness everything that happened within the past 24 hours. Okay, so breaking. Update from Global Summit Flotilla. Israeli soldiers have begun illegally boarding leading boats in the fleet headed to Gaza, with the crew of Alma having been kidnapped by IDF and taken from their boat. Let's watch this. I can't. No música. Okay. Here's them seeing you. Well, it's hard to see because it's at night. Okay. It's really hard to see. But these are one of the last moments of one of the Flotilla boats. From the river to the sea. Look how close they were, chat. These were the boats really close to Palestine. And of course, last night while I was asleep, they took the Alma boat. I think let's just go and scroll all the way down. But the people weren't afraid. The people were still, you know, doing their thing, singing. As a, you know, singing is a way of protesting as well. I thought that was really beautiful of them to just sing as they are being kidnapped or waiting to be kidnapped by the Israeli military. This is Thiago talking, right? No. A lot of stuff happening. Give me a sec. There's Greta. You see how much this guy was updating? Jesus Christ. When was this? Was 22 hours. Okay, 24 hours from Gaza. Attacked but continue. Breaking Spain withdraws Navy vessel escorting the global summit Flotilla. Government of Spain Flotillas mission is legitimate, but the lives of its members must come first. Fucking cowards, shut the fuck up. Everyone abandoned them. It was such a betrayal. But we're gonna start from when they captured the boats here. I think I went way too far back. So, they captured the Alma boat, right? Well, guess what? Greta was on that boat.
On board the boat Alma as part of the global summit Flotilla, a peaceful humanitarian mission to deliver aid to the civilian population of Gaza and to break Israel's illegal and inhumane siege. And it is likely to believe that we will be intercepted tonight by Israel, which would be a blatant violation of humanitarian and maritime law. Israel is not immune to international law. They must be held accountable for their war crimes. Stop the genocide, stop the occupation, and free Palestine. My name is Keta Thunberg.
Okay. Breaking global summit Flotilla leader Thiago Avila wrecks idea of soldier. Israel is threatening to confiscate their boats. Let's see what.
In an active war zone. If you continue and attempt to breach the naval blockade, we will stop your vessel and act to confiscate it through legal proceedings in court. You bear full responsibility for your actions.
Say that we are entering an active war zone. You're saying that we are entering a place where you are committing war crimes. This is against international law. Once again, the International Court of Justice made a provisional ruling that any attempt to hinder a humanitarian mission to Gaza is prohibited by international law and is complying with the request to make you accountable for the crime of genocide. The International Criminal Court has your Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu under an arrest warrant for the crime of starving children and starving people to death using starvation and famine as a weapon of war. Therefore, it's our moral duty to continue sailing. It's our moral duty to refuse any attempt of an occupying force to control humanitarian aid for the Palestinian people in Gaza who have the right of their sovereignty, who have the right of their self-determination, and to control their own borders. Therefore, we do not recognize you as a legitimate agent to control any attempt to bring aid to the Palestinian people in Gaza. We request you to stand down, to do not commit another war crime among so many that you've been committing, and to stand down. Do not engage with our peaceful, non-violent, humanitarian solidarity mission for the Palestinian people in Gaza. I advise you again.
And well, that didn't stop them. A la fregada. Oop. Please. Oh, thank God. Okay, now we can go up here. Live. Breaking. IDF tells Global Summit to change course to port of Estonia. They refused to change the course, I mean. So, Israeli Navy has reportedly intercepted the Global Summit Flotilla Alma boat. Here's the evidence of that. They were so close. Super close. That boat was the closest one. Okay. Let's see more of this. What's this? Breaking update on global summer Flotilla. Contact has been lost with several ships of the fleet. Netanyahu, I have instructed that the Flotilla ships not be allowed to reach Gaza under any circumstances. Why? Why are you afraid of baby formula? Satan Yahoo. Okay, this is Yasmir. Let's see what she has to say. Breaking update on the global summit Flotilla via Yasmin Akar. Confirmed just now, Israeli commandos have stopped and boarded the lead ship of Global Summit Flotilla, the Alma. Its live stream has ended. The other ships have received warnings from Israeli soldiers threatening arrest and confiscation of the ships. Let's hear what she has to say.
My name is Yasmin Akar, steering committee member of the Global Summit Flotilla. It is 1st of October around 8 p.m. We could detect that there are 10 to 12 vessels 4 miles away from us. One of the vessels is approaching us in high speed. There are approximately 4.3 nautical miles away from us. That means they could be here in 30 to 1 hour. I want to remind everyone what happened last night. We were surrounded by a Navy vessel causing high waves and disrupting our communication, meaning also disrupting our cameras, phones, and our GPS. And tonight we might be going into an interception. We do not know if this will be a violent interception or not, but we are sure that they're going to disrupt all communications, creating a black hole here so that we are cut out from the world. This is also a way to silence solidarity. Would like to repeat again, we are a non-violent mission. We carry no weapons. We are no threat. We are in international waters. If Israel attacks us, this would be a breach of international law, a war crime added to the long list of war crimes of Israel. We are here to deliver humanitarian aid. We are hundreds of activists from around the world. Make sure you sound the alarm. Make sure you have your eyes on Gaza, because this is why we are here. Because there is a genocide. Because there is an 18-year siege.
Okay, and then we scroll up. Breaking update on Global Summit Flotilla. All live streams of the boats have gone dark. All contact has been lost. One boat, Captain Nikos, sent hearts and peace signs as they approached the naval blockade. This is the last thing we saw. Everyone sending heart emojis with their hands, of course. They're saying their goodbyes. All very positive. Still having hope despite them possibly being kidnapped by the IDF. Well, they were kidnapped by the IDF. This is Captain Nikos. And then they lost network connection. Next. Breaking update on Global Summit Flotilla. European Parliament member Emma Forel has issued an urgent plea for government intervention as Gaza-bound Flotilla approaches the Gaza shores. Okay, let's hear what she has to say. Oh, I have to read that. There are currently 10 and 12 ships approaching our side, including one boat that is moving much faster than the others, probably to carry out the interception. So these are our last minutes to be able to call on governments to request passage of the boats on the flotillas to ensure we can reach Gaza, since what Israel is doing is completely illegal. It would be a scandal if we were in international waters. We have the right to be in Gaza. We must reach Gaza, so we are counting on your mobilization, and if we are ever arrested, block everything. Okay, so this was 19 hours ago. Next. High alert, October 1st, 21:34 GMT +3. Our vessels are being illegally intercepted. I think, what time was 19 hours ago? I think around this time I either woke up or was about to wake up. But high alert, cameras are offline and vessels have been boarded by military personnel. We are actively working to confirm the safety and status of all participants on board. Let's see, high alert. Oh, that's what I just read. There's just bigger letters on there. Okay, breaking. Watch Thiago. Oh, well, we just watched that. They got wrecked. Israeli soldiers have begun illegally boarding leading boats in the fleet headed to Gaza, with the crew of Alma having been kidnapped by the IDF and taken from their boat. I wonder if it shows here that we just saw that. Distress signals: Israeli ships are approaching summit of Flotillas. They kidnap people from many, many countries out in international waters. It's insane. Yeah, it is. It's super fucked. So they even have the legal grounds for doing this and still get arrested. Yes, but when America's on your side, you know, you get to do any illegal thing you want to do. It's unfortunate. This is like, let's see.
Hear that some boat is being boarded or intercepted, but I don't have verification of that, but we are surrounded. We have boats to the left, boats to the right, and we have boats coming at us at the front. We have to throw our devices. We have a military vessel tailing us, so it's maybe the last broadcast. I can no longer stay in contact with Jack because we have a military vessel behind us and all our channels are jammed. We no longer have internet. I can no longer use that platform. I've tried to send him a message on Signal. I don't know whether he's got it or not. But we have a military vessel behind us. We have 5 to the port. We have 5 on the starboard. We're pretty much surrounded at all angles. We're continuing to sail to do our best to try and outmaneuver him. But we'll shortly have to throw our phones into the sea. There are 46 different countries sailing in this flotilla, and we have no support from any country whatsoever. We are sailing alone. We are surrounded by hostile entity boats. Some are military, some may be civilian. There are spotlights being raised above the water. But we are sailing alone without any international protection in international waters. And there are 46 different countries alongside us.
That's crazy.
My last words, I don't know what to say to people apart from thank you for your support. Thank you for tracking us. Thank you for following us. Thank you for being on side. Thank you for helping us get so close to Gaza, which I can now vaguely see on the horizon. Thank you for being alongside us where other countries have failed. Please help to get us released. We did know what we were walking into. We fully understand that eyes have to be on Gaza. Gaza comes first. But we were so close.
They were so close, guys.
Reaching the shoreline and to be intercepted, despite knowing that we would be, is still really gutting. I'm sorry for the children of Gaza waiting for our boats on the horizon. I'm sorry for the people of Gaza. You can probably see now the lights in the distance, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we're not able to evade them and reach the shores anyway. Maybe some boats will get through. It is still possible. Some boats will escape and get through. There are a lot of us. But I suppose looking at the worst case scenario may be more realistic. But let's hope that some of our boats get through.
So that's what we were hoping at this point. After this, they kept getting boats one by one. And basically whoever cared and who was paying attention was hoping that at least some boats would get through. So the organization confirms that the Israeli naval forces illegally intercepted and boarded the global summit Flotillas vessel Sirius, along with other boats in international waters. 38 people from 18 countries kidnapped. And here's the Sirius.
Hi, my name is Nico. I am with the participants of Sirius. If you are watching us this video, it's because we have been attacked or abducted by the Israeli forces, and we ask for you to ask for your government to release us or to make something to keep this tripulation safe.
3. So these are everyone on those boats, around 38 people. That's serious. Okay. Next. Beautiful update from Global Summit Flotilla crew on board the ship Conscience of the Global Summit Flotilla sing the anti-fascist anthem Beya Ciao in defiance of Israeli threats. Let's hear that.
Ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Se io muoio da partigiano, tu mi devi seppellir e seppellire la Palestina. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Seppellire in Palestina sotto l'ombra di un bel fior. Tutte le genti che passeranno. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Tutte le genti che passeranno mi diranno che bel fior. Oh, bella ciao.
So that was Conscience. Official update. Leader Thiago Avila confirms the Alma boat was intercepted by Israeli forces, so this is just confirmation of that. Here's the footage of Israel intercepting the Andra boat, which is a different boat.
Hard to give you a sense of how
Adara.
it's coming round my side now. Hard to give you a sense of how big and imposing it is. It's coming round my side now. What are we doing? Hands up. Hands up, everybody. Can you put your fucking hands up, please? Hands up. Every last person.
That's a British guy working for Israel. Huh. That's a British fucking accent. Interesting. Imagine that the fucking people who started it are the ones helping the colonizers they created. Israel kidnapped American from Global Summit Flotilla. Leila Hegassi is an American. Trump must act now. Let's see if Trump will help her.
My name is Leila Hegassi and I'm from the United States. If you're seeing this video, it means that I have been kidnapped by the Israeli occupation forces and brought to Israel against my will. Please understand that this is an illegal act under international law and should be treated as such. I ask you all to pressure the United States government to end its complicity in the genocide of the Palestinian people in Gaza, and also to ensure the safe return of every humanitarian on this mission. Thank you, and free Palestine.
Okay, good. Breaking. Yulara boat, part of the Summit Flotilla, currently being sprayed with water cannons by the Israeli military. 6 of the 44 ships have been intercepted by Israel, and this is Yulara.
Donc là, vous voyez l'interception. Là, on a un autre bateau qui appartient.
Oh, this is them spraying them with water.
Están rociando algo y usando un altavoz.
Camina.
Act to confiscate it through legal proceedings in court.
Attention,
Nos asaltan. Okay. Yulara boat, part of the Summit Flotilla, currently being sprayed with water cannons by Israeli military. Let's see if I can make this bigger. I don't know if you guys can see that though. I can't see it either. Oh, it's on the bottom right corner. Oh, okay, they're zooming in. So they sprayed them with water. SOS. Tiago has been kidnapped by Israel.
Attacked by Israel. I'm Tiago Avila. I'm a Brazilian citizen. And if you're watching this video, it means a humanitarian mission to Gaza has been either intercepted or attacked by Israel. And we need your immediate support to pressure my government and other governments for the immediate release of all of our participants and for their safety. It's very important that we apply this pressure right now. Every minute counts, every second counts, and provide as well the support and the pressure to break relations with Israel. Gaza needs us more than ever, and we're counting on you. I'm Tiago Avila.
Alma boat has been intercepted, and people from 16 nations have been kidnapped. This is the video of it. And then the audio is terrible because like it's hard. They're in the ocean. They can't get like good connection over there. Plus, the Israeli military has been tampering with the internet services as well on purpose. These are the people who were on that boat. Let's go up here. Confirmed Greta Thunberg has been detained by Israel as well. That's her putting on her froggy hat. After this, obviously a bunch of protests broke out as they were intercepted by Israel in Greece, Turkey, Germany, and Belgium. Let's look at all of that. Fucking cocky ass motherfucker. Why is he smiling? This is Turkey. So a lot of people have gathered up. People are mad, okay? And yeah, they're not happy about what's happening, guys, which is good, but I wish, more countries would do something about it. We demand a safe passage for the Global Summit Flotilla, confirmation that there are 38 remaining boats and they will proceed to sail to Gaza. Israel has taken 6 boats from the fleet. Powerful message from the coordinator, knower of the Global Summit Flotilla to Israeli forces. We are going... Okay. I should read that. So, let's see what he says. We are going to Gaza in a humanitarian mission. I've seen this guy. You are not allowed to arrest us. We are carrying milk for children and medicaments in the humanitarian mission to Gaza, which aims to break the illegal siege on... Wait, what the hell? Well, yeah, illegal siege on Gaza. Okay, I did read that right. We saw him before chat. And get help in... These are decisions supported by nations of all the world and supported by the UN. By intercepting us, you are committing a war crime. An additional war crime in addition to your war crimes related to the genocide and to the killing of children and women and civilians and the illegal siege on Gaza. Therefore, we ask you to leave the sea and open the way to our ships, which is entitled to international protection, to arrive and hand the help to Gaza. Long live Palestine free. The broadcast is over. Okay, so this person actually... I might be wrong, but I think this person is from Tunisia. They're one of the first people who spoke at Tunisia after the first attack on the boats from Israel in Tunisia waters. And this is him, again, speaking against the Israeli forces. The 38 other boats are 16 nautical miles off of Gaza. And again, this is images of the IOF spraying the boats with water. I've heard that they even sprayed them with sewage. Okay, so they're fucking making more pollution. Israel is firing water cannons at activists in small boats trying to break its illegal blockade of Gaza. At least 2 boats have defied Israeli commandos, telling them to stop and carrying on sailing. God damn it, Ken. I don't know about you, but there was some point in history. What was the country called? America, I think. Where they would like spray people with water, whenever they thought they were a danger to the white population. And they did it many times. It's a form of crowd control sometimes. I think that they do it around the world with people who are usually non-violent. Oh my god.
It's okay. All good. We're all good. Yeah,
should put your life jacket on. Can you pass me my life jacket?
I think they're trying. Oh my god. Well, I didn't see that before. I think they were trying to sink the boats there. Ugh. That's crazy. The more protests happening, especially in Italy. A lot of people in Italy are pissed off, guys. They really are. It seems like they're actually going to shut down the Europe, basically. They said they were gonna do that. German cops are beating up their citizens. This is Greece. Spain as well. France. Belgium. Adara has been intercepted and people from 9 nations have been kidnapped. There is only one Mexican actually who participated in this, and it seems like she was captured. Oh, okay, you can see the Israeli boats approaching. And they have their hands up, the people on these boats. And usually when Israel intercepts these boats, it's either you get to see the soldiers actually like get on the boats and tell people to put their hands up, all that stuff. And or they intercept the internet before we get to see them take away people. Now here's a better picture for everyone of the 500. Well, it says 497 participants, but at some point it was 500 plus. These are all the countries that participated in there. What the hell? I'm stupid. I think I saw 7 and my brain turned that into a 1. I think I have a number dyslexia, chat. Jesus Christ. But yeah, 7 people from Mexico. The boat that we previously saw had 1 Mexican on it. 22 people from the US. I'm mentioning those countries because I'm a Mexican American. If you see anyone from your country, there's 1 person from Japan, 27 people from Malaysia, 1 person from Indonesia, 56 people from Turkey, actually, 4 people from Austria, 6 people from Finland, 3 people from Poland, 10 people from Sweden, 1 person from Czech Republic, 6 people from Norway, 1 person from Croatia. I thought I saw there was like 1 person from Denmark. I wonder if this one's like not updated. But I swear I saw there was, oh, there they are right there. I didn't see them. They're so small. Denmark, 1 person from Denmark, went on these boats. 19 people from Germany. I'm trying to name the countries of my viewers. 15 people on from the UK. Let's see, where else? Yeah, a lot of people from around the world, guys. And these are civilians, by the way. This is the Spectre boat that has been intercepted, kidnapped 21 people from 9 nations. Here are the people from those 9 nations.
My name is Khalid Badiwi. I'm speaking on behalf of the participant and our boat, the Spectre, new name Tabaria. If you're watching this video, our boat has been attacked and we've been intercepted by Israel and abdicated. We are a non-violent humanitarian mission, and we are appealing to the people around the world to mobilize, put pressure on your government, and demand our release as soon as possible. Thank you, and stop the genocide. My name is Khalid Badiwi. I'm speaking on behalf.
Thank you. We have demonstrations in multiple cities in Sweden every weekend, but it usually falls on deaf ears and isn't covered by the press. Well, that's the same here in Japan as well, honestly. I haven't been to a protest in quite a while. Due to like a bunch of shit happening that got me super duper depressed, but I plan to go to one this weekend somewhere. There's at least one in every major city. So it sucks, but I think it's worth it. Because it only takes one person to motivate another, you know? And slowly but surely people do grow. And you get to witness solidarity, you know. Sometimes I feel like I felt more hope when I saw people like me who cared about these people suffering in Palestine. And it helps, it really does help to put yourself out there with a group of people who care for humanity. So I do recommend going to protests. The people who claim they are violent are usually the people who are trying to silence those protests. 30 ships on their way to Gaza. 13 boats. What's this? 12 here, but this guy says 13 boats have been intercepted 13 hours ago. I'm going to go up. Huga intercepted. Okay, I'm gonna go fast. Aurora intercepted. More protests as each boat gets intercepted. Next, we saw that already. That was a retweet. The Oxygono boat of the Global Summit Flotilla has just intercepted, and members have been abducted by occupation forces. I actually watched this live. I think I shared it too. I think I screen recorded it as it was happening and shared it. I think I managed to share at least 3 to 4 screen recordings of these boats being seized by the military. But there are other videos that I didn't end up sharing because it just Twitter sucks at uploading videos. I had to take the L and get a blue check mark just so I could post videos longer than 2 minutes and also get more traction on my Palestine posts. It's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. I don't get that much traction. So I don't recommend paying $11, but I feel like it does help at least a tiny bit when it comes to me trying to share stuff concerning Palestine. The Grand Blue intercepted right here. People are raising their hands. Yulara, Hio. Let's see, Yulara. They're being sprayed by fucking water. I don't know why they're doing that. Grand Blue had 10 people from 8 countries. Otaria, 6 people from 1 country. Yulara, 6 people from 6 countries. Dear Yassin, 24 people from 7 countries. Hyo, 9 people from 7 countries. Next, the IDF had their guns pointed at people with their hands up before they stopped the cameras. I saw this as well. This was Florida. Wish it could just play. There you go. Pointing at people with one hand on the gun. Then to hide their crimes, they take down the camera. And I watched that live as well. At this point, I'm awake, okay? I'm awake and just watching the boats as I'm at work. Or in between classes, because I had to go and teach classes as well. And it really did suck. I have to go, but we'll return or at least watch the VOD if there's one. Thank you, Snell. Thank you for joining and thank you for supporting. And have a good day, okay? Colombia terminated the free trade deal with Israel. That's good. 5 hours ago, there are only 2 boats going to Gaza. The other 42 are intercepted or assumed to be intercepted as they have lost contact with them. The remaining boats are the Marinette, and the Mikeno. Okay. And the Mikeno, if you look at this picture right here, is super fucking close. Okay. Mikeno was like right here, right there. I wish you could see my mouse, but it's where like near the 7, but like super close to the to Gaza. And everyone was cheering on Mikeno actually. Towards the end of my shift, everyone was hoping that Mikeno would at least reach Gaza. One global summit flotilla broke the siege. For the first time in years, a flotilla ship has breached the siege. The Spanish vessel Mikeno has reached Palestinian waters just 9 miles from Gaza. According to the map, they have not been intercepted yet. Mikeno has managed to enter the territorial waters of the Gaza Strip. Look how close they are. Look how fucking close they are to Gaza. Okay? They're so fucking close. And everyone I could see on Twitter was just praying, hoping that Mikeno would make it to Gaza. And let me refresh this. And let me give you the update. Wow, a lot of updates ever since that. Jesus, as I started talking. Let's see. Well, I guess he didn't update this. Israel has published a photo of Global Summit Flotilla crew that they've kidnapped. There's Greta and Thiago sitting together Just waiting to see what will happen next. And the others as well. This guy is still saying that 2 boats remain, but unfortunately, as of 3 hours ago, contact lost with all 44 boats from the Global Summit Flotilla. Israel confirms complete control over the Global Summit Flotilla and announces its intention to deport all participants. The statement, the Hamas summit provocation is over. None of the Hamas summit provocation yachts has succeeded in its attempt to enter an active combat zone or breach the lawful naval blockade. All the passengers are safe and in good health. They are making their way safely to Israel, from where they will be deported to Europe. One last vessel of this provocation remains at a distance. If it approaches, its attempt to enter an active combat zone and breach the blockade will also be prevented. So the sad news is that they lost contact with Mikeno. And Israel falsely claiming this is a Hamas summit provocation. It's not. Again, everything that they think, anything that gets in their way of killing innocent people, they will call it Hamas. And so officially, Israel has arrested about 500 people from 46 countries that were participated in the Global Summit Flotilla. 26 people from Greece. I mean, there's more people from around the world. 27 from Malaysia, 28 from Tunisia, 33 from France, 48 from Italy, 49 from Spain, 56 from Turkey, 14 from Brazil, 15 from the United Kingdom, 16 from Ireland, 17 from Algeria, 19 from Germany, 22 from the United States. And I don't know why they didn't put the other countries on there, but there's more. Breaking news statement from the Global Summit Flotilla team. So I haven't even read this since this was about an hour ago. Let me turn on the music to lighten up the mood at least a little bit. New statement. Following the illegal interception of dozens of ships of the Global Summit Flotilla last night and earlier today, Adalah has received phone calls from participants reporting that immigration authorities have already begun conducting hearings on their deportation and detention orders in the Ashdod port. These proceedings were initiated without prior notice to their lawyers and while denying participants access to legal counsel. This constitutes a grave violation of due process and a denial of the participants' fundamental rights. Adalah will continue to seek access and will take legal action as necessary. So that is the latest report, I believe. Oh my god. And more stuff is happening. So yeah, everyone from this photo has been kidnapped, arrested, and will be deported. Hopefully nothing else that is terrible will happen to them. Israel is known for being very violent, for practicing torture methods, and even killing people. It really did hit my morale really badly. I got really depressed, I got angry, I was going through all of the stages of grief, basically. because I really wanted this mission to succeed. And in a sense, it kind of did. We kind of figured out that Israel can't really stop all the boats at the same time, right? We just need more people and more boats and more support and actual support from the Western countries. But it is sad because there's a lot of people who are hoping they would get some aid near the Gaza waters. And right now, well, we have to still talk about it and still have hope. And to end this stream, I want everyone or whoever's watching this to hear Nelson Mandela's grandson speak on why it's important why this mission is important and why it's important to talk about things, why it's important to protest, to boycott. I really want to react to that, and that will be the final thing that I will react to today. Let me see. Oopsie. What the heck did I do? Make this bigger. That made it way too big. Okay, cool. Let's see if I can make this bigger somehow in a way that is palatable to the eyes. Give me a sec. There we go. And so this was recorded during the first, I think, attack in Tunisia, in the Tunisian waters, or second attack, I'm not sure, but this was while this is while everyone was still in Tunisia. Okay. And we really need to hear the words of Nelson Mandela's legacy, okay, and reflect on why this is important and why you know, unionizing, getting together to protest a genocide is important, an occupation. So I'm going to turn this all the way up, and then let's hear what Nelson Mandela's grandson has to say here.
And we are here in Tunis, Tunisia. My name is Nkosizwe Velile Mandela. I'm a delegate from South Africa who has joined the Global Sumud Flotilla. And we are here in Tunis, Tunisia. For us, the legacy that my grandfather, His Excellency President Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela, leaves behind is intertwined with the struggle of the Palestinians during our darkest days in the struggle for liberation. Whilst our leaders were in apartheid South Africa jails, such as my grandfather and his comrades, they drew immense inspiration from the Palestinian struggle. They faced one of the superior military regimes with bare hands, sometimes with stones. And it became very important that when he was released, he was able to visit the Palestinians in Gaza in 1995 and respectively in 1997. He made a real commitment to them, saying that our freedom is incomplete without the freedom of the Palestinian people.
Yasser Arafat, Colonel Gaddafi, Fidel Castro support our struggle to the hilt. They do not support it only in rhetoric. They are placing resources at our disposal for us to win the struggle. But they must know what our stand is. Arafat is a comrade in arms, and we treat him as such.
These comrades you speak of are not just comrades but brothers in arms. They supported us in our darkest days of the struggle for liberation. And now that I'm a free man, I will never turn my back on them. So this is the commitment he had to the Palestinians. We have become the generation that has picked up the baton where he left off, knowing very well that the Palestinian struggle was one of those that were close to his heart. And we will do everything in our means to liberate Palestine in our lifetime. We applaud our President, His Excellency President Cyril Ramaphosa, and the former Minister Naledi Pandor and Ronald Lamola for having been able to take apartheid Israel to the International Court of Justice and the International Criminal Court. And for the first time over the 77 years of Nakba, they are being held accountable for these atrocities that they've meted out against the Palestinian people. For us, beyond our continent, we had to also rely on the global community. First, we approached governments to support our cause, and they failed. And this is why we shifted from governments and focused on civil society. The anti-apartheid movement grew and became an instrumental force in support of our cause. Many of us, and I recall at a young age, I must have been about 12 years old, joining the Londoners in front of South Africa House in Trafalgar Square and protesting there. But these protests really became a formidable force in rallying support for our cause. In Ireland, you had a young woman by the name of Mary Manning, a 21-year-old working at Dunnes store, who refused to handle grapefruit that was coming from South Africa. And in a defiance, she walked out. 12 of her co-workers walked out with her. At the time, none of them knew what the impact of this simple act would become. And soon, that became a global campaign, and many people across the globe refused to support any products and any ships that were coming from apartheid South Africa. Dock workers became instrumental. We saw in Manchester, in Liverpool, in Lagos, including San Francisco Bay, dock workers refused to handle any products or any ship that was coming from South Africa. This is what worked for us as South Africans, and what we draw from those experiences today is what we are utilizing in order to advance the Palestinian struggle. We are here in Tunis, in Tunisia, as humanitarian activists because governments have failed. The live genocide that is being perpetuated against our Palestinian brothers and sisters in Gaza and occupied territories in the West Bank has moved all of us to do all that is necessary in order to hold apartheid Israel accountable. This global Sumud flotilla has rallied 44 countries to bring the much needed humanitarian aid into Gaza. Those that are at home, we are calling on them to share this journey, to ensure that we utilize the social media to get the message out. Many of our comrades in the GSF have been told that you will be treated as terrorists and you will be subjected to terrorist cells. We are sending a clear message that no threats can deter us from delivering the aid to Gaza. Palestinians, if there's anything they've taught us, is to remain steadfast. And as the international solidarity movement and as activists that are coming together under the umbrella of the global Sumud Flotilla, we will make sure that we do not despair.
So, yeah, it started with just a few people speaking out, and it is inspiring because he says that they tried again and again, and the governments failed them multiple times. But eventually, South Africa was freed from apartheid, okay? Nelson Mandela managed to... So I will still try to keep my head up, you know? Despite me, basically talking about this for 2 years on my streams. And just imagine the people who've talked about it for longer. And just imagine the people who are suffering from it or who have died. It is pretty soul crushing a little bit. It really sucked having to watch every boat get taken away from Israel slowly. And feeling like no one cares, you know? Feeling that everyone would rather just do some bullshit, something else that's bullshit, you know? While there's like people fucking dying out here and people trying to save them by giving them baby formula, and this dumbass genocidal freakish country is preventing people from giving baby formula to children. Like, come on. So I had to watch that. I made sure to add this video as the final thing to react for my sake, so I can not lose hope, and so I can continue to, you know, to still talk about it and to still have hope and do my best to support those suffering in the world. And my version of that is by talking about it in my streams. And yeah. Thank you to whoever was lurking, to whoever watched, to whoever interacted in chat. It really does help me to know that there's at least people willing to hear me out, to hear others out, and willing to witness stuff that is happening in the world that a lot of people refuse to see. I've been really stressed lately, but we gotta just keep pushing through, because if I hadn't had talk about this, I'm sure a lot of people who watch me, or at least used to watch me, wouldn't have known of what's going on in Palestine. So yeah, with that, I'll transition to a very emotional, strong song that might get me copyrighted strike, so I'll probably end the YouTube stream quicker, but at least if you want to hear the rest of the song, you can look it up or go to the Twitch VOD and hear the music there. Yeah. So free Palestine. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be doing an event where I'm participating in showcasing Latin American video games. If you want to participate that, just, you know, stay tuned in my socials. Again, thank you for listening to TamaTalks. I'll see you guys later, okay? I only knew a little bit before you. Thank you for sharing what's happening. Well, thank you for staying and hearing me out, Nivo. It really does help. Thanks for the stream. I'll see you guys later, alligators. And, yeah, don't give up. Keep learning, and, if you want to share what you learned and boycott, and if you're brave enough, protest and demand action from your governments. Take care, Tama. Thank you, Sprunkle of Nettles. Thank you very much. And thank you for the headbands. Pants? What? Headpads, Zaya 36. You do make a difference. Thanks for the stream. Thank you. Before I cry more, I'm going to just switch screens now, okay? See you, y'all. Gracias gozaimasu. Thank you for donating to the PCRF. Free Palestine.
Zaya 36 just donated $50 to the PCRF.
Hey, give me a second. Thank you for donating to the PCRF. I don't know why the noise isn't working. I can see that you guys can't hear anything. Thank you for the $50 to the PCRF. It helps children who have escaped Palestine. You can hear it? Are you kidding me? Fucking hell, I'm just like freaking out that you can't hear it. I'm gonna cry. Sorry, it's just a lot. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna mute now, but thank you for the support, you guys. Okay. Thank you for the headphones, too. Okay. Yeah. If this gets me copyright strike on YouTube, I'm so sorry, okay? Okay, bye. For realsies, though.
してるから